All right. I clicked the go live button. We should be live. Let me just make sure we're live. I got sponsored an ad because of course I did. I don't have chat up. Hold on. Okay, I'm live. I think I can hear me. Wait. Sponsored an ad because of course. Yep, I can hear my voice. Hello everyone. We are back early yet again. So, yeah. How's everyone doing? Hi, Exotic Bubblegum. Why? What did I do? Did I start too early? What is it? Sorry. Hey, Joshua, tourney gonna start in 30 minutes? Oh, yeah! I completely forgot about the purple colored doubles tournament. Good luck in it. I heard you're in it. Hi, Pixel Hero. Welcome to the stream. Hi, Literally Real. Welcome to the stream. Hi, Daniel Barker. Welcome to the stream. What's up, Dodgers won? Oh my, they didn't just win. They won with style, the Dodgers last night. They won in style last night. The way they won last night, I'm just going to say that last night's World Series game, one of the best World Series games I've ever watched. The best World Series in the last 8 years, I would say. It's up there with 2016 and 2017 when it comes to best World Series. 2016, I think, is a little better because of the narratives, but 2017, I think, had the better games. 2025 is up there. There's also 2011, and I think there's 2014 as well, which is up there when it comes to World Series legends. Games like baseball games like last night are the reason why I'm a baseball fan. Hail, Joshua, love your vids. I hope we can be friends. I've been a fan for almost 3 years. Aw, thanks. Keep going with the vids. Love them. Hi, Super Bean. Welcome to the stream. Hi, Noel Trixo. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to start hunting it a little bit. Oh, I got to heal my guys. They are too low in HP. Actually, no. Let me do this first. I got beaten up by Fog Yershel today so hard I couldn't even do anything. I gave up and sacked Sumo only to realize if I chipped their Rantador I could have won the game, and this sucks. Was this the Fog Yershel team that had Loomian Shent as well? Because yeah, that team is pretty dangerous. Day 4 of asking Joshua to show off melee tank shoulder. I never could ever get into sports, mostly because I'm a robotics kid. Hey, that's fine. Everyone has their own things that they like doing, and that's fine. Give it the luck for the hunt. Make sure you repay the luck after the hunt, lol. We're gonna watch the 1 o'clock games on the side. I don't know. I don't think any of the NFL games could even come close to what happened last night. I don't think they could top what happened last night. I know the Dodgers won, and I know there's a lot of baseball fans that are upset that the Dodgers won, even though personally they're not rooting baseball. It's the lack of a salary floor, not just a salary cap. But a game like tonight is going to be a baseball World Series Game 7 like last night is the kind of game that will be talked about for the next 20, 50, 100 years. One of the best games I've ever watched. And it's a reason why I'm a baseball fan. Fog Aerosol of Tyranix, Lumi, Tyrex. Huh? Hi, Squid. That was a very dramatic entrance, Cephalops. So I got up for bad with the lamb. Bed. Yeah, it's a pretty dangerous team. Jimmy can't balance correctly. I don't know. Wait. I missed the ability. Let me just see. Bloodsucker. Okay, yeah, that's normal. I have a Discord, but it's not well done. Yeah, that one could be good. That one could be a good game. I just don't know. The NFL has not been... I don't know what it is. But the NFL this year just hasn't been as good as in years past. Like, the first 3 weeks are really good. But after that, other than the Colts and the Lions and a couple other teams that I like, Baker Mayfield, and... I don't know, I just haven't liked this season as much as in years past. And I think it's because the games just feel a lot sloppier than usual. Is it just me? Or does a lot of the NFL games these last couple of years have been a lot more sloppier? I don't know if it's just me. Yeah, Jamie can balance. He just can't make rapid changes. I do wish he made complex spans though. By the way, I'm having some stream lag. It's definitely internet. It's not bad yet though. Yeah. I think the problem with the NFL is that the NFL wants teams to score more points offensively because the defenses are developing. So instead of having the offense actually develop naturally, they add these rules to try to benefit the offense. It's unlike baseball, where pitching has gotten so much better in baseball, where hitters have to naturally change their motion and change their batting approach to actually survive in the league. It has resulted in baseball games being better in the last 3 years. NFL, on the other hand, instead of actually, letting the game develop naturally, they add these rules like, you can't touch the QB. Oh, when there's a PI, it's always on the defense. Oh, if you breathe on the quarterback, that's a 15-yard penalty. Oh, and let's not even mention how the play calling is awful in the NFL. 4th and 1 at your own 30-yard line, analytics say, go for it! But the thing with analytics that doesn't take into consideration is the fact if you fail the 4th and 1, you give the ball at their 30-yard line and they only have 30 yards to score a touchdown. Just simple stuff like that. In the NFL, instead of actually, letting teams develop strategy and letting offenses, actually change up their strategies to face the too high safety look, they instead want to ban the too high safety look defense. Well, let's not even get started on the tush push. So, yeah. So games have just gotten a lot more sloppier because it's the same offense we've been seeing for the last 5 years. Because the NFL thinks 50 points a game is the most entertaining to watch. So, yeah. I heard people complain about Jamie today. He mentioned something about an emergency change banning Gargoyle May. Hey! Good for him! That's good for Jamie that he's thinking about adding emergency nerfs. I am down with that. That's the problem we had last season, where Elusive Borealis just ran around. I hope he does, honestly. You know what? Jamie, I hope you do make emergency changes. Because I think it needs to happen, because that could potentially lead to a better metagame. What's your best finds of the event? Alpha Noli Metro, Gleam Halloween Dusket, and a Gamma Fan Cub. Those are my best finds of the event so far. I know, if you're 2 feet away, instant 15-yard penalty. And if it's Patrick Mahomes, just thinking about Patrick Mahomes gets you a 15-yard penalty. I agree. Like, that's the thing. You can't touch the QB. Like, I remember watching the Giants game. Keep in mind, I'm a Saints fan. And I watched the Giants game. It was at the end of the game. Carl Granderson had the cleanest sack of all time. Like, fundamentals, how to sack a quarterback 101, and that's considered roughing the passer. Like, what the heck? If you can't do normal sacks anymore, how are you ever going to make plays on defense? It kind of reminds me of that Week 5 game between the Bucks and Falcons. This happened 5 years ago, and it was between Tom Brady and the Falcons, and Grady Jarrett made a clean sack on Tom Brady, and they called that a flag that made the Falcons lose the game. Like, you can't touch the QB anymore. It's actually really unfortunate. You can't touch the QB. You can't touch the QB without getting flagged. Sorry, Josh, I gotta go because of online class. Good luck, have fun. Alright, good luck, Pixel Puro. Hope your classes go well. I know Strong Gust is awesome, but Lachette, that stupid tree, is a problem. What does Lachette do to Strong Gust? I mean, it has Ice Hammer and Icicle Trap, so yeah. I always skip my online classes. Hey, that's how you do it! Hi, Star Walker, welcome to the stream. Doing an early stream today. I do want to talk about a couple stuff about some of my future video ideas. So currently, I do not have an upload ready for Monday. I actually do not have an upload ready for Monday, and it's because I'm kind of out of ideas. Do y'all have any ideas for potential showcases that y'all want me to do? I know Super Bean wants me to use Melee Tank Solder, but I'm not sure how I'm going to use it yet is the thing. Oh yeah, I remember that, Lachette. Loomian, Crack, Gargoyle A, any suggestions? Valkyrie is probably Adding a Valkyrie with Light Speed Ray on the team could defeat those three if you play it right. Not to mention, Moraith does pretty good against them too. There's a couple Loomians that can counter the team very well. That's a reason why Valkyrie and Moraith have been a lot more common. It's because those are Loomians that have good matchups until Luminescent Crack and Gargolem A Foggier Soul. Mine types don't deal with Flechette too well. I know, it's dangerous, because when people think Hypnotize, they think, I could just switch out, and then you just place Icicle Traps. No, Mine types are not immune to Hypnotize anymore. At least I don't think they are. They can get drowsy and fall asleep. Yeah, I could do the Loomian Jail idea. Use Gloves 100. Oh yeah, it would. Protogon usage will rise with Pepper Burst, 100%. Pepper Burst and Climate Cannon will completely make... Although, I don't know if it will, because I think Jamie's adding a restricted format. So if he adds a restricted format, it won't be used as much as Gargolem A, I think. Can I use Hypnotize, Icicle Trap, Flechette more? Yeah, that sounds very dangerous. And then you run... Oh, it's just so tough. What would your other moves be? Do you want something else to be the trap setter so you can have an open move slot? I don't know. Because Icicle Traps and Hypnotize cost 2 moves, and then you want either Briar Block or Rejuvenate. Having no attacking moves, though, just feels so wrong, doesn't it? When do you usually go live? Oh, I kind of pick whenever I go live. Oh yeah, Protogon with Ice Coverage would be pretty busted. I'd pay to see a full team of Vari evolutions. Oh, that could be a cool little team video. Use a team full of Varis. Hypno, Brawn Boost, Flechette. So yeah, it would be... Okay. So have someone else set up traps that Hypnotize, Brawn Boost. Yeah, Hypnotize, Brawn Boost, Gnarly Gash, Timber Thrash. Oh, Gargolem. It just feels kind of weird. Like, I don't know if you run stall on that kind of Leshent, or do you run offense? Or do you let someone else be the trap setter? It's one of those which I'm just kind of not sure about. Because it suffers from 4-move syndrome. I see the ideal. I just don't know what attacking move it would run. If it wants to run an attacking move. Stall is cringe. Yeah, stall is cringe, but I'm just thinking of the idea how people could use it. Have you considered using Beneki? Oh, I actually like Beneki. I like Beneki, actually. I think Beneki's a cool Loomian. I used it on my Thunderstorms team in Season 2 when I grinded up the rank there. Yeah, it stops Zip-Zap, Magnify Joldica, checks Phage Knot, and Guana. Yeah, it does pretty good against those Loomians. Yeah, it does really good against Phage Knot on Thunderstorm teams. Like, maybe. Ooh, yeah. How does it do? You have to run very nimble for Gargolem attack. So you have to run very nimble for Gargolem attack, which makes sense. Yeah, it's weird. You need a Magnify in order for it to do a lot of damage. But once you get it, you're looking good. I hate Leshent, but I don't despise Leshent as much as the Clips. Could even be top underrated. Yeah, it's definitely up there. I don't... if you run Briar Block, Icicle Traps, and Hypnotize, what's your 4th move? Is it Rejuvenate? Is it Sap Plant? Is it Gnarly Gash? What is it? It's just so tough. I know, that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand about Phage Knot. Is that, oh, Earth types can beat Phage Knot. The thing is, Phage Knot can predict the Magnify, can predict the Earth type, click Magnify, and then Flash and Flay because it outspeeds most Earths. So yeah, do you think the Saints will go 1-16? No, I think we're going to win at least one more game. 1 or 2 more. I predicted 4-13, but I don't think it's going to be 4-13. I think it's going to be a little worse. If you're having trouble at Thunderstorm teams with Earth type, use a Loomian that resists Earth type. A Plant type can deal with Thunderstorm teams pretty well. If you can deal with the Sherbot, which Sherbot isn't that hard to deal with. Beneki even destroys Luminescent. Yeah, it destroys all 3 of them, actually. You're right. Because, yeah, its 3 main moves is Nature's Force, Feral Blast, and Landslide. You're right, actually. It deals with all three of those. And with Clutch Plushie, it can live from Your Soul under Fog. Problem is that it needs a Magnify in order for it to do well versus it. Yeah, but that was because it was a certain... It was because Jill the Student... Was it Jill the Student, or was it... I forgot who used it. It was either Jill the Student, or if it was Fluffy Roblox. Oh yeah, Sherbot can learn Deep Freeze too. But yeah, the thing is... Yeah, I don't know if... I don't know. It was the double Briar Block that got me upset. Like, Sherbot's annoying. Yeah, facing the Dolphins and the Jets. Like, we're gonna beat the Dolphins and the Jets, and we'll end the year 3-14. We're not beating the Titans. Cam Ward will have everything going at that point, I feel like. Hey, you gotta... I want to try... Maybe I do showcase Spineki. What team should I use it on is the real question. Biggest thing is I gotta combine it with a Fire type. I gotta combine it with a Fire type that can get it easily into the game. So, alright, let's use Infernix again. I use Infernix on all my teams, but it's just so flexible. I can do whatever I want with Infernix. Like, I know I use Infernix on every team, but it's just so flexible. Should I run Provoke on Gremmuline to prevent healers? Yeah, you could do that. That's an option. You could run Brawn Boost, Provoke, Rogue Assault, Gnarly Gash, or you could drop Gnarly Gash and then just run Quick Punch if you want. Or you drop Setup. You could drop Setup as well. There's a couple options there. Yeah, Provoke's not a bad move because you could stop traps. You could stop healing. You could stop other stuff, too. So Provoke's not a bad move on Gremmuline. Yeah, but you also gotta remember that we're also the Saints. 200 plus kills? Yeah, Sherbot is pretty fun to use under Thunderstorms. The problem is that Sherbot is very hard to use. Like, I feel like if Sherbot needs extra range attack. Sherbot needs range attack if it wants to be a good Loomian. Right now, it's so tough to use because it doesn't do enough damage even with... It doesn't do enough damage without goggles, and if you use goggles, you're stuck into a move. So you're risked to do risky 50-50s. If Sherbot had like 10 more range attack, then we'd be talking. Oh, I'm running very smart. But the problem is I'm running the hardest hitting Sherbot I could possibly hit. Is that I have Out of Order, Zip Zap, Metal Blast, Jetstream as my moves. Thing is I want to run Cuffs. I do not want to run Goggles. I really don't want to run Goggles. I hate being stuck into moves. There's so many times in battles where I'm locked into a move, and then I'm just stuck. Yeah, Ganderville is neutral to Rogue Assault. Yeah, Ganderville's neutral to Rogue Assault. So, yeah, it makes sense they could live +2. Plus, Ganderville actually has decent melee bulk. Yeah, Out of Order does a lot of damage. Thing is that if you're using goggles Out of Order, you can't click a move. You're just stuck. Like, you have to run Cuffs in order to switch your moves. But Cuffs Sherbot doesn't do enough damage. Ice Essence the same problem. It doesn't do enough damage. It does not do enough damage without goggles. It needs like 10 more ranged attack, I feel like. If it had like 104 ranged attack, it would work with Cuffs with Out of Order. And because Out of Order would actually be catching surprising Okos. Yeah, Life Orb item would help too, because... Yeah, Life Orb item would help too, because you don't care about Sherbot's capabilities of living hits because it's fast under Thunderstorms. Yeah, Life Orb, extra ranged attack, maybe even a stronger coverage move, like Typhoon could help too. But yeah, other than that, like just a couple things could make Sherbot very dangerous. My current team is Hunter Garg D. Pyrolid, Malmark, Mymash, Tyranic, Subsidrigon. What should I replace? Lots of tanks. Lots of tanks. You need more ranged attackers. Right now, you don't have any hard-hitting ranged attackers. Your ranged attackers are bulky, other than Tyranics. And even with Tyranics, Tyranics can't hit Luminami. Oh my god, Luminami's bad. Luminami is horrible versus your team. Besides the Malmark, Luminami is horrible versus your team. Not to mention, toxic types are also very problematic too. So you gotta be careful versus Luminamis. I agree. Sherman has a lot of potential. It's just missing a couple things. It's missing the stats. That's what it's basic. It's missing the base stats. That's what it's missing. It's missing the base stats. When we have a legit glass cannon, people go wild, cry, but it's all people are looking for. That's the thing. It is a glass cannon. The problem is that it just doesn't do enough damage. It's not a glass cannon. It's a glass revolver. It does solid damage, but it's not as good as a cannon. Hi, Bubblegum Man. Welcome to the stream. I don't know whether to get Snagoop or Snagulp. Main reason is I'm using Gargolem D as Icicle Traps. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, Icicle Traps. And it's actually one of the better Loomians at stopping Gargolem A. So yeah, that's actually a good reason to use that. You technically have 2 minutes to live, but every time you breathe, it restarts your timer. You're right, technically, I do. What's the current topic? I got a lot of topics, actually. We're talking about Sherbot. Yeah, that's a glass cannon. Although that's more of a glass nuke. You're right, Exotic Bubblegum. A full team of glass cannon Loomians could be a cool little video. If it's glass cannon, Gargolem attack, Zulong. Yeah, Gargolem attack, Zulong. Venusaur's not a glass cannon, it has solid bulk. Yeah, Gargolem attack, Zulong. Protogon's not necessarily a glass cannon, I would say. Yeah, you could. You just don't get hit. Yeah, that would be a... You know what? That might be what I do tonight. Make a full team of glass cannons. Or a team of Variolutions could work. Variolutions could work, too. Oh, yeah, Scienta. Scienta's a good one. Now, that's a good one. Scienta's a good one. I think I'm going to run a different Scienta set on mine, though. I think I'm going to run the very brawny variant with Light Dash if I use it. I don't know why. I don't like very nimble too much. I like very brawny Light Dash a little more. Do you think Soulburst should get a Soulburst, considering it's kind of terrible without its anomaly set? That'd be cool. I would like a Soulburst Sea Drake. Every Vari except Hydrolin, I agree. Although I might switch up the Vari team a little bit and add. I want to try to use all the Varis if I can, even if it's Hydrolin. All my rank stats, but favorite Soulburst. Yeah, I feel like I want to run. If I run a Scienta on that team, I'm gonna use the Clutch Plushy Brawn Boost set. Or do I run Cuffs Brawn Boost? I don't know. Gargolem attack would be my immunity this upset. Not on... Oh, you're talking about the other team, the Vari team. Yeah, there's no Zip Zap immunity, so... Oh no. Zeppelin or the Strong Gust could be fun. Oh yeah, True Hydrolin is like glass... cannon. That's more like a glass water pistol, not a glass cannon. Yeah, I'm thinking about running very brawny though, because I don't care about dropping my speed if I have Light Dash. So I feel like I like having the priority option. And that's good for Loomians like Soulburst Dragodyne, good for Zulong. Because after a Brawn boost, I can actually Oko them with a Light Dash. And then my other moves would be Ice Hammer, Mega Punch. Plus very brawny would make it so I can actually hit Luminami a little harder. I still would get walled by it. Oh yeah, Windling. Windling's a great add for a team of Glass Cannons. That would be a great addition to the team. Plus it has hit and run potential too. I love teams with a lot of hit and running. Yeah, but Windling is the perfect definition of a Glass Cannon. Yeah, Windling is very underrated, I would say. Alright, 7-Tail Pity, wish me luck. Yeah, my mask could work too. Do I run my mask or Windling though? Both have their pros and cons. Windling can run Totemized stats, but my mask has Muck Blast to hit Luminami Lashent. So I don't know. Both have their pros and cons. Both Loomians have their pros and cons. Yeah, plus my mask has stab on every move. But Windling can run very nimble. And has priority. Yeah, they both have their pros and cons. Oh, my mask can hit to Eclipse when Windling doesn't without Body Slam. Oh, that's so close. The competition between Windling and my mask are close. Alright, here comes Pity. Wish me luck. 25 people watching Pity. Here we go. Oh, no, no, no. That sucks. That's unfortunate. Yeah, the Pity didn't go well. Yeah, that's so close. Like, between my mask and Windling, they're both so close to each other. They're basically the same thing, except my mask gets harder sometimes, but my mask, they both can be ran mixed. Windling has Frost Beam to hit bugs. That's actually kind of big. When my mask can't hit bugs. But also, Windling, it's so close. My team good? Sirkame, Ursnack, Infernix, Imperior, Gargolem, Pharaoh, and Protocon. What set is your Gargolem? Is your Gargolem defensive or offensive? So you have a Zip Zap immunity in Gargolem. You do not have a Flash and Flee immunity. You need a Flash and Flee immunity. You need a plant type on your team. So otherwise, or it's Eclipse. Because right now, you do not have Flash and Flee immunity. And Fade Away does not look so hot either. Hydrolin, more like Fraudulin. Yeah, Fraudulin. Why doesn't my mask have an ice move when it's from the Christmas event? Because why not? My mask doesn't follow the rules. I know Jamie doesn't balance around specific formats, but like, Roga's so adorable for the Fan Cub isn't wallable. Oh my god, Little Cup? Fan Cub's gonna be so strong. It's already one of the strongest Loomians in Little Cup. My mask will be able to learn an ice move when Manufacture comes out. What's Manufacture? Is that like a different ability? I'm just hunting. Alright. So far, not too much from this stream so far. It's a melee move like Spit Out. Oh, so it's like Spit Out, but melee. Fair. Yeah, you could bring... Yeah, Magnify Banfino might be better. Ah, is it Kizune Glass Cannon? I do not know. I don't... think it is, honestly. I don't think Ikazune is a glass cannon. It's not bulky by any stretches of imagination, but it isn't necessarily frail either. I don't think Ikazune is a glass cannon. It does have 2 quad weaknesses, but other than I don't think it's a glass cannon. It feels like a glass cannon sometimes, but I don't think I think Ikazune just barely is out of it. I don't think Ikazune counts as a glass cannon. I think its bulk is good enough to live some neutral hits. Glass cannons are Loomians that die even from neutral hits. Soul Burst Takuda, Plasmoth, SA Phage, Sherbot, Behemoth, Waba. I need one more. Then thinking about Hover Guardian. Hover Guardian's a good add. The problem is it doesn't fix your matchup versus Gargolem. You need to find the biggest problem with Thunderstorm teams. It struggles versus Gargolem attack. You need to add a Loomian that can deal with Gargolem attack. Mainly from other Thunderstorm teams and from mainly for other Thunderstorm teams that run it, and also from Strong Gust teams that run it. And just the typical, you know, Lumi Shet Gargolem attack set. So yeah, who should you add as your final Loomian? I really do not want Leshen on the team, but Leshen's really the only thing. Would Ice Eagle be a good add to the team? Not really, because you're compounding your Ice Weak. You have 2 Ice types already. Overcloak Tyrex could do it. But again, Tyrex is weak to Gargolem A. Hi Norzy, welcome to the stream. Me and my friends are thinking about making LL PvP videos also. Nice! A king has 4, a man has 2, a beggar has none. What is it? I don't know. Zulong? What do you think about my team? Wyndlin, Obsidian, Lashent, Ikazune with boots, Sinogur, Stratosaur, Terashino. Alright, let's look at the fundamentals. Lashent's your Flash and Flea immunity. Ikazune, is your Ikazune SA? I assume your Ikazune's SA to stop Zipzap. You do not have an immunity to Fade Away, but you have some resistances, so you should be fine against Fade Away. So it's not the end of the world. Yeah, it's SA, that makes sense. Rage attackers to melee. Melee, range. You also have Lashent. Terashino's your pivoter with Dissipate. How are you against the meta is the real question. Against the meta, I would say Gargolem attack is also a nightmare, but again, it always is, even with Lashent on the team. Do you have any Loomians that can effectively get rid of hazards? Do you have Loomians that can get rid of hazards on your team? Teardown and Stratosaur is probably the one that can get rid of hazards. So yeah, I assume your Stratosaur's defensive then. Because without Stratosaur, you have no way of getting rid of hazards. Unless Sinogur has Teardown, and I don't know about it. Yep. So there we go, yeah. It's okay, I can get rid of hazards. How are you against Lumi-Shent? Luminami. You do struggle against Luminami without Lashent. But Terashino can also switch in and set up on it. Against Lashent, you have Obsidian and Terashino to beat it. Oh, boost is expired? Oh, thank you. Oh, thanks for the thing. I forgot to add more boost. Sorry, I forgot to add more boost. Oh my god, I'm using way more boost tokens again. I'm running out again. Our first team to showcase will be a double rat team. Dawn and Dustluxor and Umbrat with Swiftend. Oh, that's gonna be scary. Good luck. The Swiftend strat might work with that strat, though. Do you think I should keep Zulong and replace it with Helvantic? Oh! Metro. I have Lashent, Stratosaur, Tundralin, Cosmere, Zulong / Helvantic, Luminami, Harv. Okay. So Lashent, Strat, Tundro. Which Cosmere is it? I assume it's Cosmere on the leash, because it's the best one. Luminami, Harv. So Zulong or Helvantic. So melee attacker, range attacker, melee attacker, melee attacker. I think Zulong is better for that team, although Helvantic can hit Loomian better. I think Zulong is better for that team because it adds another ranged attacker, which your team kind of lacks. If you add Helvantic, you have 5-2. 5-2 on melee to ranged to melee attackers. And that's if you even count Luminami as a ranged attacker. So yeah, I feel like it has to be Zulong over Helvantic in that team. Plus, Zulong can Ancient Roar into Lashent and Luminami pretty easily. So I think Zulong synergizes better for that team. How Josh used Bequeath on Hasting Clutch Plushie on Whippledrift, if it works for me. I mean, I could see it work. Problem is that keeping it alive is the hardest part sometimes. What you like to maybe do next season showcase, like showcases of next season balance changes will be interesting. Yeah, that would actually be cool. Okay, so your Luminami is a range attacker, but still, even with Luminami doesn't do that much damage, so Stratosaur is your one thing doing all the ranged attacks. So it's better having Zulong on that team, so it's at least 4-3 instead of 5-2. How are you? I'm back from class. Is pause. Nice. I'm doing good. I haven't found anything rare yet, but I'm doing good. Oh yeah, Whippledrift has Life Drain, so you can actually get back up the Clutch Plushie. But yeah, another team, I think Zulong is better than Helvantic on that team because it's a range attacker that can pivot into Loomian. The thing is, you're not using Zulong as just a late game cleaner. You're also using it as a pivoter to gain momentum, too. So you can use it both offensively and defensively, which is very interesting. That's the reason why I still think Zulong is good, even without Fire Breath. It sucks that it lost Fire Breath because it can no longer hit Lashent and Tyrex, but it still has the fundamentals. Life Drain or Luster Loot. It depends on what Whippledrift you run. It ultimately just depends. I feel like Life Drain is better because it's stab, but Luster Loot gives you more healing. It ultimately depends on your team, though, if you want to run Luster Loot or not. What are the NFL matchups this week? Let me just check them real quick. 49ers, Giants. That game could be interesting, actually. Chargers, Titans. That will be a blowout. Vikings, Lions. That will be a blowout. Falcons, Patriots. Falcons will blow another 28-3 lead. Colts, Steelers will be interesting. Broncos, Texans. That will also be interesting. Bears, Bengals. That game's going to suck. Packers, Panthers. That will suck. Saints, Rams. Do I have to say more? Jaguars, Raiders. Do I have to say more? Bills, Chiefs will be fun. Seahawks, Commanders will be interesting. And Cowboys, Cardinals will suck. Okay, so there's a couple decent games this week. Yeah, it's not stab boosted, but it does heal you more, is the thing. Plus, it hits ancient types, which your other stabs don't hit. I agree, Gargolem shouldn't have ice covered. I agree. Gargolem, to make Gargolem attack balance, I would get rid of Brawler coverage. I would get rid of Rogue Assault and Boom Bash. I would keep Driving's Force still, though. I'd still keep Driving's Force, though. I agree. The PTSD from Falcons are definitely going to show up today. I was doing a PvP against my friend, and my friend's Stratosaur is unbelievably tanky, like an electric type move, only did a bit more than a quarter. Which electric type move did you use? Which electric type move did you use, Pixel Piro? Which one is it? Which Loomian used Thunderstrike? Which Loomian used it? Which Loomian used Thunderstrike? Wow, was it Restrictive Shield Stratosaur then? It must have been Restrictive Shield Stratosaur, and you probably don't have right UPs. Wow, that is insane. I agree. A Toxic Plant type would actually be good this season. What defensive typing would a Toxic Plant type have? It would be immune to light. It would be immune to light. It would be immune to poison as a plant type. It would be weak to icicle traps. Neutral to earth. Boy, we had Mega Victory Bell. Is heavy armor more defensive than restrictive? No, restrictive has more defenses, but heavy armor allows you to actually use support moves, and restrictive armor doesn't. It's the other way around, but restrictive doesn't allow you to use support moves, while heavy armor allows you to use support moves. So restrictive armor is only good at Loomians that can afford to not use support moves. Nope, I don't think there's a plant toxic type yet. Yeah, the buffs are defensive. That's basically what their restrictive items are. Oh! Pertagon! Yeah! Yep, Rip Rodasho. I agree, Silver Soldier would be cool. Especially with all the buffs Jamie is thinking about. Yeah, okay, I won't use Soldier yet, because Solder's getting buffs in the future. So I won't use Melee Bulky Soldier yet. Because Soldier is getting buffed soon. So I'm gonna wait till it gets buffed before I showcase it. Ombolt with Drop of Youth is actually not bad. Let me check. Ombolt actually has decent stats on both sides. Has better melee defense, I think. Let me check. Ombolt. Loomian Legacy. I mean, its melee defense isn't completely unusable. And it has a good energy stat. There's actually a reason to use it as a Thunderstorm Loomian over Plat. The problem is you have to use Drop of Youth, not the Electric Scale. So you only get 5 turns of Thunderstorms instead of 8, which is the biggest flaw. But defensively, it's actually not terrible. Borealis is pure ice? Yeah, Borealis is pure ice. But it has earth coverage. But it is a pure ice type. Yep. Undermine Stab would be so broken, especially with Fog. It's already pretty broken, because 140 base power on a Loomian with an ability with Upper Hand, and 118 melee attacks are already pretty strong. Wait, is he adding Parasitize on Vesperado? Or is that just an idea? Honestly, give it to Vesperado because I'm done with Eclipse. Anyway to buff, anyway for it to beat Eclipse. I'm in with it. I don't think Jamie would ever add it, but I'm in. I'm gonna hunt a decent chunk today. You know what? Why not? Mind Drain, why not? Its moves are fine. It already has better moves. It has Radiant Rush, Icicle Tremor, Undermine, and Cycle Chomp. It doesn't need any more moves. It also has Deep Freeze to hit Luminami. I don't think it needs any more moves, Borealis. I think Borealis is fine. I don't think Borealis needs any more moves. Promise, yeah, Parasitize would be a good buff for it, because it would actually hit Eclipse, and more Loomians that hit Eclipse are better. Oh, but it does hit Lachette, though. Do I want Vesperado to hit Lachette? Oh, he's thinking about removing Flashing Flea from Churonics. What are your thoughts on stall teams? So there's two types of stall teams. There's semi-stall, and then there's full stall. Full stall kind of sucks in this meta because you need some sort of offense to deal damage. But semi-stall teams, on the other hand, they are actually one of the most meta play styles to play. Semi-stall with Gargolem attack and one other hard-hitting attacker is the meta. That is actually the meta right now, semi-stall. Semi-stall and hyper-offense, I think, are the meta. So semi-stall's really good. Full stall sucks, though. At least right now. Yeah. If your cat's leaving holes in the furniture, it's always going to get a scratching hole. That's the best way to do it. Yeah, semi-stall I think is the best play style right now. Semi-stall and hyper-offense. And then I think balance is the third best. Balanced offense is the third best. Even my cat thinks Dasha Star 77 to speak. Hey! Hey, I like cats. I have a cat, actually, named Knight. He's a sweetie. Call me crazy, but snow weather would counter everything this season if the setter got deep freeze. Oh my god, yeah, deep freeze hits the Ludrix. Deep freeze does decent chunk versus Churonics. Hits Plasmoth. And it hits... Hits Plasmoth. And it hits... Ripple Drift. The only one it wouldn't hit is Billowforge. But even then, Heat Wave isn't the best right now. So, it's pretty uncommon. Balance is basically a playstyle that runs both offense and defense, with a lot of Loomians with bulk. So it's more like bulky offense, I would say. Jamie's thinking about making it Slavice. And if the Snow Setter's Slavice, then that would make Snow the worst weather in Loomian Legacy. There, I said it. If the Snow Setter's Slavice, it would be the worst it would be the worst weather setter in all of LL. Let me look at Slavice, actually. Let me just look at one thing. Does Slavice... If Slavice is a snow setter, does it have any tools it can use? We all know how bad Slavice is. Oh! Hi, Wild Isle. It has Provoke. Has Charade. Has Horror. Does it have Fade Away? It doesn't have Fade Away. God darn it, it does not have Fade Away. So nope, it would be the worst weather setter in LL if it does get ice. Oh, don't stall me out. I'll just throw a plant type disc at it. If I can find it. Where is the Blossom disc? There it is. Yep, that is a nice little find. I already have one, too, so what I can do is I can give one of these away. I can now give away one of my Wild Isles. Should be cool. I can give one of them away. I can give one of my Wild Isles away now. Nice. Yeah, it needs its own weather setter. Because if it's Slavice, no one will ever use snow weather. I'll just say that right now. No one would ever use snow weather if Slavice is the snow setter. Is it just me, or is Jamie going really hard, too hard on weather mechanics? I don't think so, because I actually really like Weather Wars. I don't think he's... I think it's fine making all the weathers work. Drinking some water. Maybe he's going a little too hard on it, but I don't think it's the end of the world. What if Akalos was a snow setter? If Akalos got a second ability? What if Akalos got a second ability that sets up the snow? Oh my god, that thing would be awesome with it. know. I don't think it's the worst. I actually like the idea of the weather. Taking over the weather. Plus, if you don't want to run weather, it's easy to run Loomians like Plasmoth, Forge, or Tyranix on a team. Just to have weather control. So, I don't think it's the end of the world. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a new Loomian or not, but... You know, what should the ice weather do? What should the ice weather do? Oh, you can use the Ludrix offensively. Yeah, you can use the Ludrix offensively and then just run Clutch Plushie on it. You can use the Ludrix offensively and not primarily as a weather setter, but make its ability Rain Summon to not only take over other weathers, but you could also hit hard with Hydro Blast. Yeah, that could work too. And then if you combine the Ludrix with something like Lashent as a Loomian to heal from the rain, that could be huge. Oh! Oh! There's a Metro. Come on, SA. Jimmy already made ideas for snow weather. Increase the melee defense of ice types by 40%. That's a cool little thing to try. So increase the defense stats for ice. I feel like ice types should have 2 special conditions. Okay, no. I have an idea what ice types should be. Hear me out here. I don't know if this is going to be too overpowered or not, but I have a cool idea. Instead of increasing the melee defense by 40%, do it by 30%. But add a secondary condition where ice type moves can hit fire types for super effective damage. Make a secondary effect where ice type moves can hit fire types for super effective damage. Kind of like Doodle World. Kind of like what Doodle World has. That would be so interesting. I don't want accuracy in LL. But yeah, make it do melee defense percentage by 30% to ice types, and make it so ice types can hit fire types for super effective. Should the snow have a third effect too? Oh, and snow makes it so plant types take damage as well. Snow makes it so all plant types take damage as well. Yep, I'm still streaming. This isn't the last night's stream, it's a different stream. I don't know if I want to do water types. I don't know if I want to affect them too much. Not a bad idea, Exotic Bubblegum. It's actually not a terrible idea. I mean, keep in mind, there's Deep Freeze already exists to hit waters. So I think we're fine there. But yeah, make it so ice types gain melee defense. Make it so ice types can hit fire types for super effective damage instead of being resisted. And make it so plant types, if they're in the snowstorm, takes damage over time. That's what I would do. That could be a cool thing. Make it deflect hazards. That could be a cool idea. That would make Ice too busted, honestly, though. Oh, I mean, we already have Frost Blast in the game. Just give more Loomians Frost Blast. And that could be like its Blizzard alternative. I don't want moves missing. I don't want moves to miss. Hey! It can finally hit Luminami! Let's go! Still won't hit it too hard, but hey, it's something. It would 100% run Psycho Blast just to hit Luminami. 100%. And it would run Magnify to hit Luminami. Anything to hit that bulky tree. Honestly, Ice Stab with Mind Coverage is actually pretty good because it hits Brawler types for super effective damage. So it might actually be very good on Glissadia. People run Awakening on Hember. When its Loomian switches into the field and there's barbs present on your side of the field, they melt and give this Loomian metal as a secondary typing. That's actually a cool little ability. I would like that. You know what? That would actually be a cool ability for... We need a pure fire type to have that. I was thinking Billow Forge, but Billow Forge has a secondary typing is a problem. So it wouldn't work on that guy. If there was a water type called Erosion, a super effective move against metal types. That could be interesting. Well, water types are already pretty powerful as it is, but yeah, that would be a cool little move. I wonder what Loomians would get Erosion. Yeah, and you have Ancient Stab on top of that. So yeah, it would run... So yeah, Glacidia would run Energy Break, Frost Beam, and Cycle Blast with Magnify. Those would be the moves it would run. Or it would run Frost Blast, Bitter Cold, Cycle Blast, Magnify. It would run that too. Yeah, that could be a cool little tier list. I don't think Mind types need any help with Ferroglyph running around. I don't think we need... We're not giving that move to Pharaoh. That would be a cool little Corrode buff. That would be a cool little buff. And plus, Toxic types would actually be able to hit metals. Would be cool. You could also run Bitter Cold as well as a move to stop range attackers too. So you could also drop Ancient Stab or Mind Coverage to run Bitter Cold. Like, those are other options you could run as well. But yeah, I think that would be the main set on Glacidia. I still don't think people actually put razors or poison in Halloween candy, and I think they do it very, very little. I don't know. Like, I haven't trick-or-treated in a while, so yeah. Oh yeah, it has icicle traps too. So yeah, I could set traps as well. So yeah, I could run Frost Blast, Cycle Blast, Icicle Trap, and Magnify too. What are the pseudo-legendaries? I actually don't know what the pseudo-legendaries of LL are. I feel like Mulmerk and Tyrex could be them. Could be a couple. I don't know if they are pseudo-legendaries or if they're route rares. I guess Ferroglyph kind of counts. Ferroglyph counts as one. But other than that, I don't know any other pseudo-legendaries. Seadrake, I guess. Seadrake could work too. So once facing it during double battles, it had Teamwork, Conclusion, Bait, and Hypnotize. Its ability was Motivation. Oh. Yeah, Listen and Listens. Yeah, Byword is strong in doubles. Byword may not be the best in singles, but in doubles, Bywarn is a monster. Bywarn's one of the best double Loomians, because it has a lot of stuff it can use. Glacidia did not want it to be too strong, is the reason. He didn't want Glacidia to be too strong. You know what, guys? I want to do something. Let's do some PvP. You know what? After these boosts run out, we'll do some PvP. I'll do a couple battles, because I want to actually test something with a team. I want to test something. It actually lost Deep Freeze before Arceros lost Boiling Press. We are now into the stream, so yeah, it would be a good time for a break of hunting for just PvP. And I know what team I'm gonna use. You want me to use Bywarn in doubles or Bywarn in singles? Had a Thunderstorm team, but misclick stun. What were your other moves you had on that? Because did you have Fire Breath, Energy Parade, Fire Breath, Energy Surge, Zip Zap? Bywarn will lose Spite. Ooh, that kind of sucks for it. That sucks for it. I guess to make it more balanced than doubles, but still, that kind of sucks for it. Personally, I don't think it deserves to lose Spite, but that's just me. Zip Zap, Fire Breath, and Electro Burst. Oh, so you didn't have the light move. Okay. So my Infernix was safe the whole time. Good to know. My Infernix was actually safe. Yeah, Bywarn has some good tools. There's a reason why I don't want Bywarn to get Rejuvenate. It would be OP in both formats if it had Rejuvenate. Bywarn is good in doubles. In doubles, it's one of the best. It's one of the best doubles in Loomians because of what it can do. It has Conclusion, has Bait, has Fade Away, has other moves it can do. It has solid attacking stat as well if you run Do or Die. Motivational supports your team. Bywarn's amazing in doubles. In singles, it's definitely not that good in singles, but that's the reason why I want to do some PvP, because there's actually a Bywarn set I want to show some people. I showcased it a couple months ago. Slumber might work. Problem is that it's so bulky, it would just never die if it was healing HP. Maybe in doubles it would, but in singles it probably would never die. Revenine's already very good. It would definitely be good. Revenine's... People tend to forget it. Revenine's actually very good under Fog. Maybe that could be one of my showcases. Prowler, Revenine, Fog. Maybe that could be my next showcase. Prowler, Revenine under Fog. Because I used it before, but I haven't had a dedicated showcase yet. Yo, low-key, Joshua, did you know that chasing Staddles like Mocho and Counter Loomians much faster? Oh, I did not know that, actually. Yeah, Magnify, Prowler, Phantom Blast. So yeah, Magnify, Metro. Do you have SA? Yeah, I'm gonna use Revenine for video. Phantom Blast. I already know what my set is. It's gonna be Phantom Blast, Fire Breath, Fade Away, Dark Surge. And the reason why I have Fade Away, because if I have a bad matchup, I can hit and run out. 2 more. And then we'll do some PvP. Yeah, Lashant and Himber would pair pretty well together, actually. They would actually... Problem is that both of them are weak to fire types. So you would need to add a third teammate to switch into the fire type attacks. Alright, that's it. We did get another Gamma Wild Dial, which is cool. Alright. PvP time! What are some of the niche Loomians you like? There's a couple good ones, actually. What do you think is that? Yeah, a fire type would... Honestly, a fire type. A fire type would probably be the best thing to add on that team. With Lashant Himber, a fire type would probably be the best Loomian to add. Speaking of that, though, let's do this. Actually, no, I'm gonna be doing some PvP. Where is that team I was showcasing? Where is it? Do I even have it? Yes, I do. I have it. I actually have it. Wow, I actually have it. I want to change one of my moves, though. Okay, we did it. Okay, let's do it. Let's battle. Y'all know what team I'm using, right? Y'all know what team I'm using, baby. What are your thoughts on Sinogre? Sinogre's always pretty good. Would Luminami work? Yeah, Luminami would work. Let's do this. Y'all know what team I'm using. I'm using this Bane of Haste by Ward. Because this set's actually not too bad, actually, because it does a lot of damage. It looks pretty good for this team, too, because guess what? This looks like a Strong Gust team. It does look like... Is it Strong Gust? I can't tell. I can't tell, actually. Still, either way, it's still a good bring. I gotta watch out for a Whipple, though. But I could set up Bane of Haste, and then I could pivot out into you, which you could pivot in and out. I can use you to stop Flash and Flay and do a ton of damage. A ton of damage. And who would be my last pick? Problem is, I want to bring another Bane of Haste setter. Yeah, I'll bring you. I want to bring 2 Bane of Haste setters. There's no range tanks. Infernix is the only range tank, and I'm not too scared of it. So, do I just try to survive without Borak? Or do I replace Muriel with it? No, Muriel's better, because there's a Dragodyne. Okay, let's lead with... Yeah, let's lead with you. Yes. I know how to play this. Do you think Bouncador deserves Paint Shower? Honestly, that would actually be a cool little buff for it. Paint Shower would actually be kind of cool for it. That would be a nice little buff for it. Billaforge lead. Well, he predicted the Infernix lead. Not ideal. And it's Hotfoot Infernix. Well, good to know. It's Hotfoot Infernix, so... Bane of Haste. Earthquake doesn't Oko me, so let's play that to our advantage. He set up Barbs early. Okay, so he just set up Barbs. I set up Bane of Haste. Well, this sucks. Because I gotta burn up first. Oh. Well. How fast is your Billaforge? Oh, you have Driving Force. Okay, you have Driving Force. Bye, Ward. Oh, really? That's not good. I didn't want this guy on the field. Well, set up Barbs on your side, then. Fine, I'll set up Barbs on your side, then. Well, I'm wasting my Bane of Haste turds, which isn't ideal. So are you gonna go Whipple Drift? Oh, he did go into it. And he's changing the weathers on me. So he's using double weathers. He's using double weathers. Good to know. He's using double weathers. I don't have that many turns to utilize this with, too. I have an idea. If I go Muriel on the Tempest, I can go you. I did not bring Borak. So if I get this turn wrong, I'm screwed, basically. So I can't get this turn wrong. Good to know. I cannot get this turn wrong. Okay, never mind. I'm fine then. Yeah, I cannot get this turn wrong then. I'll just sip step out. Actually, I don't care if I get this turn wrong. Yeah, let's just sip that. I don't care if I get this turn wrong. I want momentum. Gus needs more usage. It's a weather that doesn't... Oh, darn it! Got it wrong. What if I use... You know what? I'm going to go into Byward. Why not? Let's do it. Let's do it. Alright, Byward, let's do this. You're not attacking. You are attacking. Bruh. But that did no damage! And now... That's the thing that makes Bywarn really good. Are you ready for this big boy damage? I could set up... But I'm just going to click Splitting Headache. Because that does a lot of damage. And I don't want Whipple Drift to come into the game that easy. Dragodyne is a little scary, but it's not the end of the world. Even with the strong gust up, it's not the end of the world. I can still do a decent chunk to the Drago. Even if Drago does come in, Do or Die does a lot of damage. He does go into it. Yep, Drago does come in. How much will this actually do? This does... That's a resistant hit, by the way. That's actually a resistant hit, by the way. That's a resistant hit. Can I get a Bane of Haste up to defeat this guy? Because, yeah, this Dragodyne's a demon. Okay, he just went for the overkill, it looks like. It looks like he went for the overkill option. Is this Milkshake? Oh god, I just realized. Oh no, this is a melee defense Gargolem. This isn't ranged. Oh, this could actually be bad, actually. This could be bad, actually. You gave me tips on Cramboss set? Oh, that's cool. Okay, no, he just set up a palm. So I should be able to live a hit, right? Right. I should be able to live a hit and set up a Bane of Haste, right? If not, I lose the match, so that's the fun part. I have Holly Bunch in the back, so I should be able to do a lot of damage to it. I can live one, right? Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Okay, I did nothing. I did nothing. Okay. Okay, we're fine. I absolutely did 0. Wow, that did 0. We could just force you out then. So, bye-bye. Bye-bye! And then I could switch into something else and utilize my Bane of Haste. Perfect. Perfection. Pretty much a free driving force here. Does he have any Flash and Flame? Yeah, he has Whipple Drift, so I can't go into Holly Bunch and spam F and F. I was going to driving force this Dragodyne out, so it can't... Okay, use a switch. Free hazards? Okay, he has Avatros. Good to know. He has Avatros. Forced it out, be Billiforge. If it's Billiforge, we're looking good. Yes, we got Billiforge on the field. Good. We got Billiforge on the field. I like that. You got Billo on the field. I want to switch again. I want to switch big time. I don't want to. I want Bywarn so bad. I'm doing it. I don't like switching in directly, but I'm doing it. I'm switching it directly in. This is a big mistake if I play this wrong. I did not play this wrong. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see this. I did not play it wrong. Now, Splitting Headache is free. Splitting Headache is basically free here. He did get a layer of barbs up, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to take here. Gotta watch out for the Avatros. Avatros is still going to be very scary, especially with the Strong Gust up. But I do have a Gargolem defense to switch, so I think I'll be fine. Dragodyne, that's a 2-hit KO. This Splitting Headache is a 2-hit KO. So I'm willing to take this 1v1, because guess what? Bane of Haste is up. Bane of Haste is up. I can use this to my advantage. I can go for another Splitting Headache for free. And yeah, Bywarn just breaking through its biggest counter. You love to see it. Thing is, you have to keep Dragodyne alive. You have to keep Dragodyne alive. You have to sack something. You have to sack something. Yep, that's what he does. He sacks something to keep it alive. Infernix comes into barbs, takes a lot of damage. Ton of damage. This is Hot-Footed Infernix. That does a lot of damage. I can actually go into my own Infernix. Actually, you don't KO me. You don't KO me. I know you don't. But a Flare Blast might. Okay, that might have been a mistake. Staying into this might have been a mistake. But I think it's the best play to go for. I think attacking's the best play here. Attacky attack. Thing is, if Avatros comes into the game, that could be bad. He switched again. I made the play. Oh my goodness! Bye-bye, Whipple Drift. Bye-bye, Whipple Drift. Bywarn is popping off. Bywarn is popping off. I get to save it. Let's go, Bywarn. Bywarn is so good. But now he goes back Drago again is the problem. Yeah, Drago comes back in with the speed advantage. Drago comes back in with the speed advantage. Muriel comes in with the funny Zip-Zap button. Funny Zip-Zap button. I could go Zip-Zap, but I think I would rather go Jolt. Is that say Chartiki pretty good? Yeah, it's actually pretty good. It's immune to fire-type attacks. That's actually one of the showcases I do want to showcase at some point. Oh, it predicted me! Oh, darn it. Although its range attack has fallen, so I am not worried about it clicking another one. So I'm going for a Zip Zap to pivot out. I'm not jolting. There's no reason to jolt. There's no reason to jolt. Yeah, Crackalola usage will never drop. Yep, I knew he was going to switch. He wanted to save that for later. He goes Infernix into Hazards just to sack it away. I can now go back into Gargolem. Oh no, he's just going to go back. Oh no, Whippledrift's dead already. He cannot reset up Gus. He cannot reset up Gus. So, you go Gargolem and we set up Bane of Haste on the Avatros. And that's so Avatros can't immediately come back in. I don't need to get rid of Hazards. The thing is, I don't need to get rid of Hazards. I know, like, Byword's good! With the Bane of Haste Byword's actually legit solid. I know that sounds weird, but it actually is legit good. And now I can get Bane of Haste back up again. Thing is, I still gotta be careful for the Avatros, which, speak of the Avatros, there it is. Bane of Haste is coming up. Is I'm forced to get it up. So if I don't get it up, Avatros will utterly sweep me right off the floor. So yeah. There's the nose dive. Okay, so you're Madcap. Yeah, that's a Madcap Avatros. Good to know. So he's Madcap. He's not the other set. Yep, he's Madcap. He's not Rev Up. Good to know. He could still set up. I can kind of just let Gargolem go down here, actually. Gargolem did its job. I'll drive X-Force. I don't want to switch. That's too risky. I'm just going to drive X-Force and hope for the best. Thing is, he knows how to win this. Okay, he did. Okay. I think he lost. I think he lost. And you know what the funniest part is? I think you know what he loses to. If it's not Byward, it's everything else. So yeah. Byward back in the game. Oh yeah, I actually don't get passive energy regen. So, okay. I will not be able to get the full out clean. But it's fine. It's fine though. I hope he just sacks Ava. He can't sack Billow because the strong gust advantage is gone. Although that doesn't matter with Bane of Haste up. Once Scorching Skin is gone from Crack, wouldn't Combustible be the better choice? Probably, yeah. Oops. Oh, yep, that is a potty word. Be careful. I can get away with a couple swears, just not any of the big ones, and you're fine. It's fine. Yep, he had to sack something. He sacked Drago. Drago's all. So he knows that Dragodine is not worth keeping. So he knows how to play this. He knows that his win condition is Avatros. That's scary. He knows that his win condition is Avatros. Okay. He knows his win condition. That's scary. Avatros is bad, actually. Because if he goes Billow, he knows I'll be out of energy. Okay. Avatros is problematic because I can't hit it. And Bywarn is chipped. So yeah. He knows how to win this. He is surprised. I may be up 4-2. He's surprisingly in the power play. He is surprisingly in the power play. The thing is I gotta play around Billow. Oh, man. That's so brutal. That's so okay. No, I have to hit you. Oh, this sucks. I have to hit you. I have to hit Billow. And then I'm out of Bane of Haste turns, and he gets a free setup. Darn it! Darn it! I can't play it any other way. Because I just have one too many turns. I have one too many turns. I have one too many turns. Just one too many. I have Jolt, but that's not enough to KO the Ava. Darn it! You know, I lost. I lost to Ava, didn't I? I knew that. I lost to Ava. I lost to the Ava. Because it clicks Brawn Boost here, and it wins. Yep. That's basically the game. That is basically the ball game. And there's nothing I can do about it. Bruh. If I had just one extra turn of Bane of Haste, maybe. I needed one turn. I needed one turn there. Actually, to be fair, it might not be over yet, actually. Hold on. It might not actually be over yet. It might actually not be over yet. I can go Holly Bunch. I don't think it lives because I'm shield, not armor. But I can go for a Nature's Force for damage. If it lives, I win. If not, then Nosedive Recoil does a lot. Alright, here we go. It does KO me, that's fine. I know Avatros is the last one. The thing that's good is I know Avatros is the last one. I know it's the last one. I know it's the last one. I could set Bane of Haste up. He has to attack me. He has to attack me. A Nosedive makes it recoil more. John Roblox reference. Clutch Boy. Sounds devious. This creature has escaped the containment again. Okay, yeah, it's just nosediving. Yeah, now he's out of energy, so he's forced to flail anyway. But that doesn't matter, because guess what? I actually have Jolt on my Muriel. So it doesn't matter anyway. I won. I won no matter what now. Okay! Whew! I wanted to sack everything first, because if it clicked Rogue, it would lose its melee defense. So now we just click Jolt, and that's it. Whew! That was an unbelievably close call, but that is a GG's. We're going to play one more game. Yeah, Beta-Based Bywarn is pretty good. We're going to play one more game. Oh, sorry. Oh, I had Exobun in. I accidentally took him out. No, Raider, I had him in. I just kicked him out. There we go. I'll give Exobun the battle. And then I'll go back to hunting for a little bit. Let's see what you have. You have a Mono Normal. Which, funny enough, has a Bywarn. All I gotta say is Mono Normal is legit the perfect matchup for this. Although I don't have any good... I could bring you. A lot of melee. I could bring you for the Cosmillion. I could bring you for the Terrashino. How else should I play this? Borak is a must-bring. Okay, yeah, this is not a good matchup for Exobun. Although I gotta be careful for the Laircat. Laircat can be a little scary. Can Moriel's Jolt come into play here? It can for the Ganderville, but that's kind of it. I kind of don't want Thawmin. I actually kind of don't want Thawmin, surprisingly. I think I will bring all three. I'm going to play off... I want to bring Borak. Okay, I have a plan. I know how to play this. Yep, I know how to play this. Do I... I'm going to lead Gargolem the fence. It's the best way to go. Ganderville's good. Ganderville is a good hazard setter. He actually went for the Bywarn lead. Interesting. He went for the Bywarn lead to set up Motivational. So he sets up Motivational turn 1. I kind of want to see what his Bywarn does, because his is a different one than the one I use. So he used Spite to get me down. Alright, that's fine, because I got Bane of Haste up. So I got my Bane of Haste up. I can go for a layer of Barbs for down the road. I probably should have set Barbs first, and then... Yep, he faded away, which activates my Milkshake. So yeah, he has Fade Away on his Bywarn. So, good to know. So he gets Motivational up. Ganderville's good at setting up hazards. That's the thing I want to be a little careful about. So do I go... Ganderville's keeping his team alive. Oh, well I know what to do then. Okay, well I know what to do then. Well, I know what to do then. So, that's good. I know what I could do. So that's good. It's basically a free switch. It's basically a free switch. Bywarn v Bywarn! Do I set up a Palm? I'm gonna set up one. I'll set up one. He switched! Back into his own Bywarn again. And I set up a free Palm. So I'm a +1 Bywarn now. I'm a +1 Bywarn. And I'm gonna go for Splitting Headache for a lot of damage. It's the best move. It's more than Pester. I have Pester there just specifically for Lachette. Wow, that is a straight up defensive Bywarn. Oh, the spite sucks. Oh, the spite sucks. So yeah, his defensive Biowarren's beating mine. Okay, it's fine. I can get Biowarren back into the battle later. Fade away will not KO me. That's good. So I get a free attack. I don't think he has a single switch, which is good. He doesn't have a single switch in. So yeah, Fade away might have been a sell. He probably should have just sold Biowarren away there. Yeah, that was a sell. That was a sell. He just lost a Loomian for free. So bye-bye, Terrashino. And now all I gotta do is just save Biowarren for later. Yep, save Biowarren for later, and I'm good. Now he's gonna go something like Gandervale to try to stay alive. Alright, let's see what he does next. Yep, there's the Gandervale. Gandervale has Wind Globe. Strongest begin to sweep. And I don't have a switch in. My best switch in is Borok, funnily enough. But if it's Wave Wrecker, it's not. Wow, this is actually a tough matchup. This is actually kind of tough. If it's Wave Wrecker, I'm dead. It's offensive 100%. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. I do have a Thalman, though. Is there any way I can outplay the Gandervale? Is there any way I can outplay the Gandervale? I get a plus boast, which is good. Rogue. Okay, it does a lot of damage to itself. Good. No gloves. Wait, it's stuck into it. Wait, it's stuck into an attack now. Do I just quick pounce it for damage? I can switch my attacks now. It's actually not bad. I'm gonna quick pounce for damage. Boom! Okay, I did nothing. Oh, of course it has Wave Wrecker. Of course it does. I knew he had it too. I knew he had Wave Wrecker. I just couldn't play around it well. Well, I know who to go into. So that's good. Thalman comes on for free. Hopefully you're not quick pounce Gandervale, but I just Psycho Blast for free. I don't think about it too much. Thalman's in. It isn't the clutch plushie Thalman, so I can actually guarantee to set up. I can actually guarantee set up a Bane of Haste. It's actually a different Thalman tech that I have. Offensive Simple Dog is better than defensive Stall. Fortunately, he knows Cosmillion lives, so... Probably a Gust setting Cosmillion, honestly, but still. I'm not going to take any risk. I want to keep my Thalman alive. So it's not worth it. Maroon? Alright. Yeah, I wanted to keep my Thalman alive. I didn't want to go into Gargolub. It looks like a defensive Cosmillion, at least from what it looks like. So I can now go for a Bane of Haste. I brought all three of my Bane of Haste setters, which is funny. He switches into Banoki. Banoki to click Redemptive Strike, I assume. I can live a hit. So, yeah, I know how to play this. Okay, yeah, I know how to play this. I dissipate no matter what, even if it clicks the other move. I do lose a Bane of Haste turn, but it's not the end of the world. It's the best play to go for anyway. Oh, he just Raging Tackled. And he OHKO'd me. Ow! 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 You hit hard. You hit really hard. Yeah, we already have Wide Guard. We have Safeguards. Yeah, Safeguard's the name of the move. Yep, now Biowarren comes back in. Into his own Biowarren, which is dead. So yeah, his Biowarren is dead. No more motivational for the rest of the match. Perfect. Nicely done. Never mind. I guess I was wrong. Ultra Splitting Headache again, then. I'm shocked I didn't KO. That's actually kind of unfortunate that that didn't, because now I'm dead next turn. So I can't fully complete the win now. Yeah, that Cosmillion is actually a little scary now. Although it's coming into another layer of hazard, so maybe not. Oh, he went Cosmillion first, actually. He's impersonating, isn't he? Who he's impersonating, isn't he? Even if he is, though, it's, the best play is just a Splitting Headache. Yeah, the best play is to just Splitting. Darn it, he does have it. Darn, it sucks. We're in trouble now. We're in trouble against the Banoki. We're in trouble versus Banoki now. So we just go for Psycho Blast. That's probably not enough, unfortunately. That's unfortunately not enough for the Cosmillion, which is so unfortunate. It is! It is enough. Okay, it is enough. So, okay, I know how to play this then. I bait out the Redemptive Strike, and I have my Clutch Plushie alive anyway. Yeah, I just bait out the Redemptive Strike, and we're good. I bait out the Redemptive Strike. Watch this be a chase down Banoki just for this specific situation. That would actually be horrible if it is, but it's not, right? I'm baiting out the Redemptive Strike. I'm baiting it out. You have Redemptive Strike. I know it. Okay, no, it just clicked slap down. It's okay. We were fine anyway. We were fine anyway. We were fine anyway. Coconut Bomb. The T-posing monkey coming into play. I almost lost that matchup. Despite it being mono simple and I had a great matchup, I actually almost lost that. He had a terrible matchup. He was able to get back in that game really well. So there goes Gargolem. And Thaumon's Clutch Plushie, so I win. Thaumon's Clutch Plushie anyway. But yeah, we just go for the Psycho Blast. And that is it. GG's. I wasn't sure if it was Redemptive Strike. I didn't want to lose to that. And now let's get back to hunting. Let's get back to a little bit of hunting. But as you can see, Bandit-Face Bywarden is surprisingly very solid. Couldn't believe it can't... It's funny because he actually didn't... Oh, yeah, because the last time I had the Bywarden and it was +1. Okay, so that makes sense why the Bywarden lived. Yeah, your monkey did a lot of damage. That monkey did a lot. I just wasn't sure if it was Redemptive. That's why I sacked Gargolem first. So I wasn't sure if it was Redemptive Strike. And my Thaumon was Clutch Plushie. I didn't want to lose my Foresight. I didn't want to lose my Foresight, so that's why I let Gargolem go down. Alright, that was a nice little break from hunting, but now we're back. We are back! Yeah, it's a Berserk one. But yeah, even Berserk ones sometimes run Redemptive. So it's always good just to play it safe. Alright, let's heal these guys up. Let's do another 30 minutes. Oh! Didn't mean to do that. NFL games are about to start soon. Boom. Another 30 minutes. Let's do this. We are an hour and 32 minutes into the stream. So overall going pretty well. I wonder how Purple Colored's doubles tournament is going. If he's on. Oh yeah, he's doing it. Alright. He is doing doubles. I'm not going to be looking at the chat for a while. I just want to see how it's going. So yeah, it's a Terradistant and a Billow, Hoganosh, and a Gargolem. Well, we know what this strategy is. It's something called Protect the King! And I guess he forgot that Landslide can actually hit his own teammates. Yeah. Gargolem attack being broken. Nothing else to really say. Alright, I'm coming back to my stream now. I just wanted to check real quick. I hope my chat shows up. YouTube's derping. There it is. The only counter was Thaumon, and you had it. Yeah, Thaumon is the counter to that team. I had Thaumon and Bywarden. Yeah, that was a bad matchup for you. The fact that you got it down to the last Loomian is very impressive, because you had a horrible... You had an unwinnable matchup, and you still brought it down to the last Loomian. That's very impressive. You had a horrible matchup. I had Borak, Bywarden, and Thaumon. And you still brought it down to the final Loomian. Like, you had an unwinnable matchup, and you brought it down to the last Loomian. That's pretty impressive. Gargolem will be banned in the double season comes, for obvious reasons. Yeah, Gargolem attack is something. I think it's even going to be banned in singles, too. That thing is just nuts. They better ban pre-evolves? No, they're not banning pre-evolves. I don't think they're ever going to ban pre-evolves. But the thing is, there's some pre-evolves that might actually be better than their fully evolved form because they can be bulkier with the item. I don't know if Stratosaur's better than Gargolem. Gargolem's better than Stratosaur right now. Stratosaur used to be pretty good, but he kind of struggles right now in a meta with Lachant. What does Scampy do in doubles? Yeah, speaking of Gargolem, there it is. Yeah, we have a lot of time to prepare for doubles. Yeah, Stratosaur's the GOAT. Stratosaur's good, but it struggles in this meta. How does it do versus the Furious 5 matchup? It outspeeds Gargolem, so that is something. Doesn't do good versus Loomian, but it does good versus Chironix and Ursul. So it's okay in this meta. If you can find a way to beat Loomian, Stratosaur can be good late game. Cramboss beats up Luminami, Lashent, Crackalola, Gargolem, and hits Chironix with Vice Jaws. Oh! It actually is a nice meta pick. Because it hits Lumi, Lashent, Crack, Gargolem A. Yeah, and very nimble is used to. Or, do you run Battle Chime? Do you actually run Battle Chime on it? And have Spike Rush? Oh my god. That's actually very dangerous, actually. It hits the Furious 5. Oh my god. You know what? I'm using Cramboss then. Like, the thing is you don't even need Vice Jaws after a battle chime. You don't even need a Vice Jaws. Again, the hardest part is going to be setting the battle chime up, but once you do, you win. If you find a chance to get it up, you're winning. Oh, can I Gnarly Gash from Cramboss, Oko, Lashent? I mean, you have to get Icicle Traps up. Slivice is underrated. No, Slivice isn't underrated. I'm sorry. Slivice isn't. Oh, that's fair. You could run just very nimble and outspeed everything. That's fair, too. You could just run Ice Hammer. That's fair, actually. That is fair, actually. I was thinking very brawny Spike Rush for the Gargolem. That's what I was thinking. But yeah, very nimble work because it actually outspeeds Gargolem. It does guarantee Oko that set. It actually does guarantee Oko Lumi. Wow, that's actually insane. Barely, though. It's barely. It does Oko Lashent. How does it do versus Crack? It is, but if you can find a free turn to set it up, then you just have an instant win button. And you can just add that as just one Loomian on a team without any support. It almost Oko's Lava Fiend. So it almost Oko's Lava Fiend. It'd have to use normal Gnarly Gash for the normal set, though. Battle Charm and Clutch Plushie doesn't work. Unless you're using Wiki Wiki to heal it up. Also, you suck, Kabunga. Yeah, it has Primal Slash, and it uses it to hit your snack. And Crackalola. Alright, the NFL games have started. At least they're about to start. Ruined my pity, too. I was down to 16, and it ruined my pity. Well then. But yeah, I feel like one of my next showcases will be Prowler 9. I'll do the Prowler 9 showcase. Saints predictions, we'll score 1 touchdown. And we'll take 10 sacks. And the Rams will score 10 touchdowns. That's my prediction. Yeah, it overkills Ursul, but Ursul outspeeds you first, is the problem. Ursul outspeeds you first, under Fog. Which is problematic. I hope I can get the Gammanoli. I'm running out of hope on the Gammanoli, honestly. I'm running out of hope. Wow! It better be that much of an overkill against a Pipsy. Best Gargoyle form, attack. 100%. Attack form's the best in PvP right now. Defense and speed are both pretty good as well. They both have their niches. The base is still not that good. Depends on the team. If you have Loomians to deal with water types, Spine Break is better. If you want something to be immune to water type attacks, then Sponge is better. Both abilities are pretty good though. One thing you do gotta be careful though is that if you're facing a bully Banfino, Tsunami can actually hit through your Sponge. So that is something you gotta be careful about. Be careful for that. Would you like a season where, based on usage rates, the entirety of OU is banned for 2 months? The thing is, I want it as its own format. It's the thing, like, that's the reason why I want a PvP 3.0 first. Because I don't want there to just be one ranked format, you know? I want that there's multiple ranked formats. I want there to be a ranked OU, ranked UU, doubles format, Little Cup. Like, that's the reason why I want a PvP 3.0 first. So there can be multiple formats at the same time and multiple different varieties of formats you can play. And 4 different leaderboards, too, while you're at it. Like, that's why I want a PvP 3.0 first. Before a doubles format. That's what I think. I want there to be a dedicated 3.0. That is fair. I mean, they could do it if they get rid of the competitive queue. If they get rid of the casual queue, they can make it work, right? A ranked random battles format would be cool too. Bengals have a touchdown? Wow. That's interesting. Or maybe make it so there's only a singles and a doubles ranked format, at least to start. Yeah, Kabunga Coconut Bomb does a solid chunk to the Lumi. Yeah, Fan Cub is pretty good. Fan Cub can have priority, adorable, reduces melee defense. Yeah, it's pretty good. That should be one of my videos, talking about a 3.0, a PvP 3.0. You know what? I'm going to plan that. One of these days this week, I'm going to release a PvP 3.0 video. Stratagem Terraclaw would be interesting. It would be so busted, but it would be so interesting. Stratagem, Parasitize, Vital Jab. Oh no, it'd be Stratagem. No, it would not run Double Beat anymore. It would not run Double Beat anymore to hit your snack. Because Stratagem hits your snack. I think the Sweet Centenary is better, but I'm punting in the Halloween side because I haven't done it too much. It deserves Stratagem, but I don't think it would ever run it, is the thing. I don't think it would ever run Stratagem. Even the Encase form, I don't think is going to run it. It does deserve it, though, but I don't think it would ever run it. So yeah, teams already scored early. Lions score, not really shocking. They're pretty good. Bengals scoring, yeah, Bears are frauds. All the other teams haven't scored yet. I want to try Cosmere Cracked. So yeah, Prowler 9, Cosmere Cracked. I want to do Melee Tank Soldier, but Solder's getting buffed, so I kind of want to wait on the Solder buff before I do Solder. Because it would just be a waste of a showcase if I do that. And then a new set comes out. Although Lashant could be a good showcase too. Best Magnify Loomian? I think the best Magnify Loomian right now is either Valkyrie or Bonfino. Bonfino could be a late game cleaner with Magnify, and Valkyrie could set up Magnify Lightspeed Ray. So yeah, there are two really good Magnify Loomians at the moment. Phage Knot too! Phage Knot and Thunderstorms, that's also a good Magnify Loomian. Yep, if you are a Packers fan, that's 100% what they are. Lashant being able to force the switch out of a Firebug type is just OP. Yeah. The thing is, they might just rather take the sleep turn just to KO the Lashant, unless you have Briar Block. Yeah, it doesn't... I mean, it has Psycho Blast to hit Luminami. It has Psycho Blast, and it could set up a Palm. Luminami isn't the problem with Cosmere. The problem is Metal type switching in all the time and walling it. That's the problem of Cosmere Crack that it needs to deal with. Did Jalusa fall off? Yeah, Jalusa fell off pretty hard. Just worse Luminami, and even after setups, it doesn't do enough damage. Best NFL player of all time? Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Bruce Smith's up there too, Darryl Green. If you want to go kickers, Adam Vinatieri, Patrick Mahomes, if you count right now, Aaron Donald's up there too. LaDainian Tomlinson and Walter Payton are up there too. Barry Sanders as well. A lot of amazing NFL players. Bruce Matthews, if you want to pick an offensive lineman. Yeah, there's some really good NFL players. Yeah, but they still don't know. No, they don't run Lusterloot anymore. No, they don't have Lusterloot anymore. Eli Manning is the king of memes. He's in the Hall of Memes, Eli Manning. Eli Manning's a derp and a half. Chris Johnson? Chris Johnson? Yeah, Chris Johnson was awesome too. And then later Derrick Henry. But Derrick Henry's now a Raven. But Colio does have Magnify, you are right. But I would rather run Peace of Mind to increase its range defense even more. Sorry, I got the cough. Titans touchdown? Wow. Game on, Chargers. Game on. I mean, they are injured to heck, to be fair, but still. Yeah, the Titans are buns, I agree. Gargolem base is not any good because it gets outclassed by all the other Gargolems. Their versus Liquid at LA, aka the Chargers. Who are not even the best team of that city, unfortunately. Yeah, Return to Sender. I don't know why anyone doesn't use Return to Sender, but Return to Sender on Gargolem is amazing. Especially on Speed Form. It's amazing on Speed Form. I'm hating on my home state's team. That proves they suck. Ouch. Analyze Power Cuffs, but Marave, impersonate Marave has damage potential. I agree. That has some potential. That's scary, actually. That might be a cool little tech to try out. I know the best LA team. Oh no, it starts with a D and ends with a G-E-R-S. Dodgers. And then it's the Rams. Wonder Herb or Miracle Beam? Miracle Beam is better because you can have your soul move. It works even if you use it on a plant type. It doesn't hit the plant type, but it still gets rid of the status conditions. You would rather have Barbs, Flash and Flee, Metal Blast, and Deja Vu as your last move. Patriots touchdown? No, the Titans are versus the Chargers. Why did the Chargers move to LA again? I have no clue. Does the Eclipse wall Tronics? It can, but it does have Frost Beam. So Frost Beam Tronics is something you do got to be careful about, but yes, it can. So you could run to Eclipse if you want to deal with Tronics. Cosmere Unleashed is also very good in this part. I want to use Cosmere Unleashed with the nerfs, too. I want to use that as well. So Cosmere Cracked, Prowler 9, and Cosmere Unleashed are 3 showcases I want to do. And that's pretty much the showcases for the week done. One of my videos will be PvP 3.0. Then all I gotta think about is a top 5. I gotta think of a top 5 video. Yeah, exactly. Yep. If the Tronics hasn't set up, the Eclipse can beat it. Yep, Cosmere is the... Yep, I agree. Cosmere is the counter for all weathers. It also has a solid matchup versus Loomian as well. And Cosmere is forced to click Gnarly Gash in order to deal with... Gargoylem's forced to click Gnarly Gash in order to deal with Cosmere. I agree, Bubblegum Man, the Eclipse is still annoying, even though it's not used a lot. The Eclipse will always be annoying. Vikings touchdown? Yep. You just don't have any good Cosmeres? Oh, that's unfortunate. I already have all my Cosmeres. How about no, let's not give Cosmere Surrogate. How about we don't do that? Let's not give Surrogate Cosmere. Let's not make that a thing again. Surrogate Cosmere was a monster. Let's not do that again. Oh, man. Oh, no, it would be broken. Even with Gargolome around, it would be broken. It would be broken. Oh, it will. I think Jamie's already confirming that it will. Colts touchdown. I mean, yeah, the Colts are so good this year. Colts are so good this year. It was Danny Derps doing it himself. Daniel Jones. So yeah, Prowler 9. So I want to make... Yeah, I have to run Nimble on my Revenine. I have to run max speed Revenine just so I can outspeed Cosmere. Oh, that sucks, actually. Exactly, we don't need Surrogate Cosmere. That thing should not come back. I agree. The Colts have one of the best defenses. They have Jonathan Taylor and Daniel Jones doing well on offense. One of the best O-lines in the game as well. They have a good team up there. The Colts. Does Chill, Ill Will, Festifer beat Loomian? Ill Will, Timber Thrash, Rejuvenate. It would have to run Rejuvenate. And what would its last move be? Earthquake to hit fires. Yeah, I guess it can. Chill Ill Will does seem kind of funny, though. I would actually be very good under my Bane of Haste team I ran. Actually. I could replace that with the Holly Bunch. And use that instead. Problem is I already have my orb item on Bywarn. So I'd have to replace Bywarn. Either Bywarn or Holly Bunch. I'd have to replace one of the two. Oh, wait a minute! It has Brawn Boost! Festival has Brawn Boost, right? Oh! So, you can get Bane of Haste up, go into it, 3 turns left, Brawn Boost, 2 turns of KOs, but then you can't hit fire types without Earthquake. Ah! Back to the drawing board! Damn it! Back to the drawing board. So now you can't hit fire types. Oh, it's so frustrating! Darn it! I mean, I guess it could still work. You just gotta outplay the fire type, but still. Darn it! I mean, I guess you could just drop Rejuvenate. You could just drop Rejuvenate, I guess, but that feels so wrong. It feels so wrong dropping Rejuvenate. Because Timber Thrash causes recoil. Staunch Rogue Assault Colossotrops is cool. It's just that it has to be. Problem is that Vigorous and the what is it? Frail Armor are just better. Is the problem. Oh yeah, it has Vine Lash, so you could still set up a Brawn Boost. Thing is I think you need Timber Thrash with a Brawn Boost in order to O-code the Luminami. Because with Vine Lash, I don't think it does enough power. I don't think it's enough power. Yeah, Staunch makes it so Rogue Assault doesn't give you the melee defense drops. So if you're running a defensive Colossotrops, you could run Rogue Assault for free without having any drops. That has some niches. Not to mention that Staunch Colossotrops could also stop Teardown. Stops Teardown, and it stops Ancient Roar. And Baffle. It stops Baffle, too. So there is some precedent. You could run like this bulky offensive Colossotrops with Outburst, Rogue Assault. You could run like this bulky Colossotrops. There is precedent there. +2. What's very brawny looking like? What does very brawny look like? I'm curious. What does very brawny +2 look like? What does very brawny do? And keep in mind, it's gonna have a Thunder Orb because it needs to use its different items. It's literally a coin flip. It's a coin flip to KO the Luminami. The thing is that a Luminami is not switching into a Festifer most of the time. So even though it's not able to get the O-Ko on Lumi, it's not the end of the world. Because Luminami doesn't do much back, even with Mega Chomp, even with it not being defensive. So I think you're fine anyway. Plus, if you hit it with an Ill Will as a Luminami switches in, the Timber Thrash will then be enough. Yeah, Luminami can't pivot off you. Exactly. Yeah, then you can run Festifer Yeah, I think you drop Rejuvenate to run Earthquake to hit Crackalola and Eliguana. Because those are two demons under Beta Haste that you need to deal with. Problem is if you run very... Oh, can the slowest possible Festifer outspeed Crackalola? Soulburst Crackalola. Because Crackalolas aren't always dropping all their speed. Oh, that's such a weird mind game. I hate having that mind game against Crackalola. So yeah, it would be very brawny, sluggish, with the drop in the other thing. Yeah, but that needs a +2. Vigorous Colossal Drops can be good under Beta Haste. But the problem is it can't hit Lachant, is the big problem. Is that it can't hit Lachant. Alright, 5 more encounters left. Oh, Mean Spirit's getting buffed. Wow, that's gonna be so good for it. Well, Dusket's gonna be so strong after that. It makes sense because Jamie's making it a restricted Loomian. So it makes sense that he's making it strong. Okay, so I know what my showcases are. Prowler 9, Cosmere Cracked. A Mole... Okay. You know what? I don't care if the boosts go down. I just want to catch this Metro. I just want to catch this Metro. You know why? Because I'm going to catch this Metro. I'm already out of boost anyway, so there's no reason why not to just catch this. I'll do Tase then Zip-Zap. Zip-Zap should not OHKO it. Actually, Zip-Zap might actually OHKO that. So you know what? I'm not going to take any risk. We're just going to go Trumble and spare it down. Yeah, I agree. Dusket's been eating. Yeah, Oblast, and not just Oblast, but also Counterpoise, Sumo Beetle. That will be constricted to every team, too. Counterpoise as well. Or Shadow Sprint. Shadow Sprint, too. Alright, let's catch this. These Void Star discs look so cool. I actually like these discs. Oh, almost. After I catch this, this will be it for the stream. Because I gotta make a... The reason why I'm ending the stream a little early is I can actually start on all my videos. Because I'm kind of behind. So it'd be nice... No, Oblast does not need a loose trick shot. I think Oblast is fine. I see how this is, Metro. Give me! It doesn't need the loose trick shot. It's just that you need to outplay it. You need to outplay the trick shot. If you don't attack it, the move is canceled. You just gotta outplay the trick shot. It's not easy, but you can outplay it. You can outplay it. Plus, it doesn't even... Plus, anything that resists trick shot can live a whale hit, no matter what. There we go, we got the Metronoli. What's up, Freddy is here. Unfortunately for you, Freddy, I think I'm gonna end the stream. Oh, it's not SA. Do I hunt for more? Do I? No, I don't think I have quite enough to reach another one. Yeah, plus any light type can switch in too. Luminami! Although you can set up a palm on the Luminami, so that is something you can do at least. So Oblast is a complete dead food to Lumi. Alright, everything is back. So, we did get another rare find, but not the Gamma Metronoli. I mean, I got some decent finds from the event. This guy being the best one. And of course, the Alpha. And this, that's the Rainbow Wisp. So, overall, got some good finds. And another one of these, I could give one of these guys away now. So, my next top 5, I'll give away one of the Gamma reskin Wild Isles. Yeah, it does always live a hit. It does always live a hit. But yeah, that'll be it for the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. My next couple videos, I'm not sure what my next couple videos are, but it's either going to be between Prowler 9, Cosmere Cracked, or there's one more I was thinking of. There was one more. I'll think about it at the time. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this stream, and I will see y'all all later. Bye-bye!